this is my Year 9 season 2 tier list with Landon. So
Are we starting with Striker Century?
yeah, I think we just
Like, are
start
we
from
just
the
going? Are we?
top.
Yeah, we're just going left, right.
Yeah.
All right.
So for Century, what are you thinking? Cause I'm thinking like B
B.
area.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well,
Like,
we'll
not
we'll see.
bad. Like the deployable nitro, deployable whatever is always good, but it's just deployable in nitro.
I feel like it's just the lack of ability that brings Sentry down for me. It's
I
like
think I think Striker is a better operator than
yeah,
Sentry.
definitely. I think Striker's A.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think just great gun with the M4 and then the secondary shotgun, and then especially on maps with like hatches like Clubhouse and Bank where you
yeah.
can run EMPs and hard breaches. I think
Just
Sentry's
really strong. And then like on the
Striker's
other
really
hand of
good.
not even running, you like not even running EMPs and hard breach, but running frag flash or flash smoke is all around just really strong.
Yeah, it can be used in so many different situations like vert play or rushing or trying to get stuff off the wall with
And
the
just all
shotgun and the
around
EMPs.
attacker util is way more important than defender util, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, I believe so too.
All right.
All right. So Deimos, I don't
I,
know. I'm kind of like
I'm in
weird
the
on
CB
Deimos.
range.
I'm in
Yeah.
the CB range as well. I'd say we just
I,
slap Deimos on like the B and maybe move him later.
yeah.
Because I mean his gun is a whole lot of mid, and his pistol is a whole lot of mid, in my opinion, and his ability
See,
is a whole lot of mid.
yeah. And then you have the people that absolutely would put Deimos in S tier. There's definitely people that would put
Oh
him in S
yeah,
tier.
there are. There's
And
people
it's
that think he's better than Jackal and Doki.
and that's scary in my opinion.
I completely disagree. I'd fight somebody on that.
Yeah. Yeah. This might be a little bit of a hot take for you here.
Oh no.
First one. I've got Tubarão in like D tier.
What? D
I
tier,
other than him having a DMR, the DMR might bring him up to C or B,
dog.
but I do not have him. I think they need to fix a way to where not really fix, but just tweak tweak around the ability to where you can like place a bandit through it, or like have the bandit destroy the Tubarão charge on a wall, where it's I don't know. You should be able to bandit K trick off of the Tubarão, in my opinion.
You can.
It's super weird.
Yeah, but
I mean, it might just be a skill issue for me.
if you throw it on a thermite breach or Cade or Selma that's already going off, and you throw a Cade claw in a spot that's not frozen, it gets it once it
Oh,
unfreezes instantly.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
The more you
I
know.
I have him high B, so like
All
we're
right.
gonna
I
have
mean, if
to.
I was wrong, I was wrong. Let's put him in B. I might have very well just been
Okay,
wrong.
we can put him in low B just for you.
All right.
Um,
Ram.
Ram, I think it's between A and S for me.
Yeah. I don't know if I necessarily go as far as S, but high A for sure.
Yeah, especially with
Vert play is massive on attack.
like the minor buck nerf we just got with the Gon 6, like that makes her even a little better after that. I mean, I still think Buck's better than her, but the R4C competes with the C8. The secondary shotgun helps a lot, and
Yeah.
I think her having her hard breaches removed really took her off of being better than Buck, but still really
Yeah.
good
I mean,
like
flashes are still an amazing
substitute.
secondary util,
Substitute.
but yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
I don't want to do it.
what?
Like we need a section on this tier list of just operators to take out of the game. Like
Yeah.
I do like the nerf that they gave him. It does make it a little bit more doable, but he's still an A tier, B tier operator.
I think he's A.
I do too. I mean, I was gonna
I'd say
say A.
I'd say
I'd say
above
mid A.
Sentry.
Yeah.
I mean, MP7 carries a lot. Bailiff, bulletproof, barbed wire. Or no, it's bulletproof and observation blockers. I think now. Uh,
Uh,
and
it
his ability is just really good too. Um, I mean, blinding the
is
enemies is always gonna be like
really
really
good.
strong. So
I mean, it's held Ying in a high standpoint throughout the entire game. It's she's so overlooked, but still super strong.
yeah, and
But we'll get to that later.
I mean, he keeps you blind until you shoot it, which is why I think he's better than
Yeah,
Ying.
yeah.
All right, so Brava, I don't really know. Like, it really depends on the day for me. What tier I think Brava's in, but I think like she's either B or C.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think she is?
I have her A B.
Really?
See, like especially now post Malusi buff, I think that made her stronger. Um,
True.
the only downside she has, in my opinion, like the only reason that I would argue her being lower than A tier is just the people that play her. They just sit on the drones the entire round and then walk in the last 20 seconds and die immediately.
Yeah, that's true, but that's more of how people play her more
Yeah,
than
yeah.
her.
But I mean, I think uh if you could still hack Legion mines, I would for sure put her in A. But there is just like a lack of utility, I feel like, right now to hack besides Maestro Aruni Malusi. Because I mean, nobody's playing Thorn anymore. Nobody's playing T Bird anymore. Uh,
True.
who else do we? I mean,
It really depends on the operator. Like she's really
yeah, really
situational. She could
situational.
be S tier, she could be F tier. It really depends on who they pick. Cause like
Yeah,
they pick a Malusi, a Capcan, a Rooney, a Maestro. Like dude, she's S tier. But if they pick
if
like
they're
a bunch
picking
of people that she
Azami,
doesn't
Goyo,
hack, yeah,
yeah,
she's terrible. But I think her having a good gun kit really helps her because of her
Super
situational
Shorty,
ability.
Para is
Yeah,
really
the
good.
Para is really good, and if you want to run cameras, it's a great DMR too.
We can go B tier with it. We can go high B.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what do you think better than Sentry?
I would.
Okay, Solus post nerf. When the season came out, I would have said D or C. But now that
I
I've played her a little bit more,
I don't think it's really that bad.
I'm thinking B.
Yeah, I've got like mid B.
I think
Like I think above Century.
I, I think she's all right. I kind of
I,
think she's
I don't
better
think
than
I could
Brava, but if you want to put her,
I don't think I could justify putting her above Brava. Because
yeah,
I mean, talking about current Solus, I go ahead and put her above Brava.
okay,
We can put her above Brava. But next season, immediately going below Brava.
yeah, for sure. I hope they
But
don't
we're talking about
do
this
away with
season.
that.
So Grim,
Yeah,
my
Grim.
boy.
I got a hot take for you here. S tier.
W.
Let's
I was
go.
I was I was gonna pull it out, and I thought you were going the complete or opposite way of that.
Let's go.
I'm so glad.
He's got one of the
Okay,
best guns in the game, and his ability is so good. I don't care what anybody says.
I wholeheartedly agree.
He's got EMPs
Now,
and hard breaches too with a bailiff.
uh, it's the perfect combination of whenever Ubisoft actually changed something for the better,
Yeah.
and I am here for it.
He had probably the biggest glow up of anyone ever. Went from the worst operator in the game to one of the best.
I just felt like a pressure lift off of my shoulders whenever you said that. All right, moving on. Remove this guy.
Send F tier. One of the
Dude,
worst guns
they
on
just
attack. One of the worst abilities on attack. No
they need to
good
buff the gun
secondary.
and let him at least partially see through it. Like he doesn't have to have like perfect vision through it, but like give him
Maybe
the glass effect where he
maybe
has to
have it
like
to where he has to stand still.
yeah, like the glass effect, like where you stand still or crouch walk and it opens up slowly.
Yeah. I would be down
Mm,
for that. Um
yeah.
I mean, I don't really think there's much else to be said there. I mean, literally never pick sends. Probably the worst operator in the game. Now, Azami, she's had a lot of changes recently.
I still
Uh,
think she's really strong.
I still think she's really strong. I think she's definitely a lot worse than she was. She was like arguably the best op in the game, but I still think she's A.
I do agree with that.
I
I do
think
think
she's
she's A
high
still.
A.
I think she's right below
I think
Ram. I
yeah,
would put her
I
above
don't
Finney.
I don't know really.
Finney's banned too much to make the argument that he's better.
I feel like that's the other way around.
You think
Fin
Azami's banned more than Finner?
No, I'm saying Fenny
That
being
should make the
banned
argument the
should
other way.
make him better, but
I mean, it technically does, but it just doesn't see the light of day.
that's true. I
Like
don't know.
Thatcher
I
technically
see.
would be S tier in my opinion, but he gets banned 65, 70% of the time.
I'll debate you on that when we get there. Um, so Thorn, I think she's between
D.
C and D.
I've got her in D.
I'll go D then. I really would have had her low C or high D.
Yeah,
The only thing she has is a good gun, and her
yeah,
gun doesn't even have a magnification scope on it, so there's a lot better people to run for a
yeah.
gun. Her ability is
I feel
pretty
like the
much a
gun
proximity.
shoots too slow to not have a magnified scope.
Yeah, I agree. They could really make her a 3 armor and just give her an ACOG.
I mean, I wouldn't be
I
opposed to
would,
seeing that next
yeah, I
season.
would not be
Ubisoft, if
opposed.
you're listening, hook us up.
Ubisoft, listen to our hot takes, please.
I don't even think they're hot takes at this point, man. I think we just need to be put on the Ubisoft. I think we should have titled this video Ubisoft Dev Team Application.
Yeah. All right.
Osa.
Osa, I think it's between high B and low A. What about you?
I do also agree.
I think
I couldn't tell you the right spot to put her though.
I think above Sentry here. Is
Okay,
that good?
I like it.
Just
I like it.
I don't know. Yeah, really good guns. Either one you want to run is a good option. EMPs, the shield is really good, especially for playing outside breach and post plant scenarios.
I do
She's
agree.
really
I
good for
don't.
getting wall. Like I'd say she's just the new Thatcher, honestly. Like you get a wall, you bring Osa,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah, I see it. I see it. There's not a lot of. I mean, there are other better EMP operators, but to mainly focus on getting wall, I would say I would bring Osa. Yeah,
Yeah, and just playing off the breach.
playing off
Her
the wall. Yeah,
ability goes so
yeah.
well with that.
It goes hand in
Yeah,
hand with the thermite race. Yeah.
yeah. All right, so T Bird, we were talking about this the other day. She
Oh,
needs some love.
poor T Bird. I've got her right there with Thorn.
Yeah, I think she's better than Thorn, honestly.
I
Um,
do. Yeah,
but I really think the only thing she's got going for her right now is her gun.
yeah. The spear.
Yeah, the
But
spear
my dude,
is
does
a
she
great
need some
gun.
love?
Yeah, she needs to either be made like a 3 armor and get ACOG, or she just needs like her nitro and shield back and her Kona nerf reverted.
All right, Ubisoft, if you're listening, let Thorn and T Bird go on lunch break for about a year and come back with some ACOGs.
Yeah,
They find an ACOG in the bottom of a wedding cake that they're eating
exactly.
together.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Flores, he's like so underplayed, but I still don't think he's very good. I have him like low B or C maybe.
Uh,
What do you have him?
C. I would put him
Yeah,
C.
yeah, I see that because Mute just
It's
counters him so heavy, and he's only good against certain operators. He's kind of in the same case
that's
as
Bravo,
Brava,
but I
but
think
worse.
Bravo's way better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like S tier if they're running like a heavy shield strat with no mute, but in most scenarios he's like a C.
C tier operator. I agree.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good gun and he's got flashes, but like he just gets countered too heavy by too many operators for me to put him any higher, I think.
Do agree.
Now, Aruni, this is
Eh.
going to be a hot take. I think she's S. I think DMR on defense is too overpowered, in my
And then you have
opinion.
then
And
you have I mean, do you technically consider it a trap?
I consider it more of a, it's like a ADS. Like, you usually,
Yeah.
you treat it
Util
like,
burner.
yeah, it's a util burner, and it stops people from going through a area. So it
Yeah.
kind of doubles as a trap.
And then you also have a rotate maker.
Yeah, which the secondary arm helps out a lot as well. It's just
I
a
think I think
quick
the
little
pistol
bonus.
is a little bit lackluster.
Yeah,
Secondary option lackluster, but you can't get very good secondary in a DMR on defense.
yeah. I just really think the DMR ACOG really helps her. Now, if you want to
Yeah.
move her down, that's fine with me, but I think she's S. What do you?
I feel like we can leave her an S.
All
We can
right,
leave her an S. Yeah.
because she's definitely worse than Grim, but I think she's better than everyone else here. Uh,
Yeah.
Zero.
IB.
I got a hot take on Zero,
You're
and you're
not about to put
probably
him in S tier.
you're right. I'm not. I'm gonna put him
Okay.
in C tier.
Okay.
I
I
think
mean, he's just super situational. He's got really good maps and really bad maps,
Yeah,
and
I
that
think
should.
if you're on any other map that's not called Bank, you shouldn't be playing Zero. Really. Besides
I
maybe
mean, Villa's
Border
good. Villa's good.
and Border.
Yeah, but I mean,
He's really only got his guns going for him in my opinion. His
and
ability
then
is very lackluster.
yeah, it's just kind of out there.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with your opinion on that one.
Yeah, well, actually I think he's better than Flores.
I would say so. S tier,
Ace S tier. I think better than
the
Grim.
best.
Yeah, I think he's top 3 in the game easily, arguably
I I
1.
would I would hold him one. The only person I'm ever gonna argue about being one would be Buck. Period.
Yeah. He's just too versatile. You can literally run him on any site in the game and he's going to be great. You can never run Ace and it be a bad thing.
Yeah,
Uh he's got one of the best guns in the game. The only thing he doesn't have that's good is just his secondary utility. It's just Claymore's breaches, but his ability is just so good because you can just get breaches from so far. It kind of counters bandit tricking. Oh no, it doesn't anymore because they got nerfed to be slower. But uh,
yeah,
you,
it still kind of
yeah,
does.
you can just. It's so versatile to not be easy S. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
really think we need to talk about him for very long. Now, Malusi with the new changes. This is post mid season. This video. Um,
I've got her an S.
Yeah, no ACOG,
I've got
but
her above a Rooney in it.
yeah, I think so too. I think
Mine like you can argue above Grimm, but I don't feel like getting into an hour long debate. And I'd mainly be arguing with myself. But I think above a Rooney, below Grimm's a good spot.
I
Now
think so too.
I would argue top three being Malusi, Ace, Buck, or Buck, Ace, Malusi technically, but
You think Malusi's a top 3 operator in the game?
I do.
That's crazy.
Really? You think
Yeah,
so?
I don't think so. But I do have her in S.
All right, fair enough, fair enough.
I just think her gun holds her back too much. Like the
Dude, I
MP5
like I
without
the
an
amount that
ACOG.
I played it a bunch today just to try it out to see how lackluster the MP5 really was without NACOG. It's really not that bad.
I get it's not bad, but it's just the fact that it barely has any fragging potential, and she's a 3 armor. Like she's
I
a 3
I
armor
think
plus
I
having
think
a
you're
BB
hating on
gun.
the MP5 1X too much for that, giving it a valiant effort like I have today.
I've played it. It reminds me of the P90.
So you're just playing the wrong sites on it. You need
I
to
mean,
run
we
that
could
red
agree
dot
to
C.
disagree. I mean,
Red
we
red
both.
dot C MP5 1X is the best 1X site for it.
Okay, I'll try it. Uh,
All right.
we could just agree to disagree upon that part. But I mean, we both agree she's S.
Yeah.
So we'll move on. Oryx, I think he's like D.
F.
Oh, you you think he's worse than Sens?
I think it's better than Sins, but
I think he's better than
I
Sens. I think
think my
he's.
little brother with his fucking baseball bat's better than Sins.
I agree. Uh, I don't know about F though. Like he's got the T5. I think that alone puts
You
him
think
in
the
D.
T5 carries him to
I
D?
think
I mean,
that puts him in
it could,
D.
it could,
All right.
but
He's got the T5 and Bailiff. That's about all he has going for him. That and proximities.
I think he barely has the ability to reinforce as well.
Yeah. And his primary ability, which is just running through walls, is god awful. Uh,
And the
it
whole jumping up hatches
it
thing, like
damages you and really barely does anything for you. You already have a bailiff. You can just make rotates without damaging yourself. Uh, but the jumping up hatches can be useful sometimes. That's really a decent, I'd say. But there's just a lot better roamers, you know.
yeah.
Now, Iana, what are you thinking? Because I'm thinking like a A.
Wow.
What?
I wasn't gonna go that far with it, but
You think she's B?
I was gonna go S,
Oh, really?
like really low S, like barely breaking the S surface, in my opinion.
I was gonna have her like here.
Really,
Yeah.
I think
I think post.
post her getting EMPs made her break through to S, in my opinion. Like
I
the way
think.
I think about it, right? You have your two drones already, man. You get two good pre-plays, like you get your one in prep phase set up to your entry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get another one, like, all right, so say, like, let me paint this picture. We're attacking like downstairs clubhouse. Get your first pre-play set up in garage. Okay, you go through, you drone blue with your second drone. You get it set up on AKs. So you have two really good drone spots holding that down, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
not out of drones. You quite literally have an infinite number of drones you can use through the entire round.
Yeah. True.
I think the amount of information she can gather puts her
I see.
above all.
I see where you're coming from. See, for me, it's she. I think post her getting her nades removed from when grenades were overpowered and you could cook them. Like before that, she was here, but
Yeah.
now I think I don't know. I could definitely see her being S. I would I could put her S for sure.
I've got a really low S. Like I could go really high A. Like I would have her above Ram in A.
She's kind of in like a situation like Flores where mute really hurts her.
Yeah.
Um, but I think her having some of the best guns in the game helps out a lot. And she got a Gon 6 when she got her grenades removed. She's got smokes and flashes as well, which is really good with her. Yeah, I could see her being S. I'll go S with her. Now, Wamai, he just got his ACOG removed, which
I
before that he would be up here in my opinion, this
yeah.
area. Uh, I got him an A now. Where do
Yeah,
you got him?
I would go between Ram and Asami in A. I'd go right where you're at right now.
Yeah, I think she. Uh, mm, I don't know. I kind of think Azami's better than him. I think
I,
Azami's too good on too many, like too game breaking on too many sites for her to not be better than him.
yeah.
Yeah. And she's got a better gun than him. And she's got Impact's Deagle.
I mean, then you have
Uh,
Impact's Keratos.
yeah, true, true. They got pretty much the same loadout, honestly. The AUG and the Russian
Yeah, I'm
SMG.
not mad at this.
Yeah. I mean, he's just really versatile. He's good on every single site, kind of like Ace, but just not as useful as
Never a
Ace.
bad pick, but there definitely are picks that are more well-rounded, better.
Yeah, since he got his ACOG removed, it's definitely spiced up the debate between him and Jaeger, but we'll get to that when we get to
My
Jaeger.
my thing with Wamai is Azami and Aruni without a Wamai are nerfed,
Yeah, true.
and that's just how I see it. But I do agree that this is a good spot for
Yeah. All right, so Callie,
him.
I have her an F, up right above Sens. Um,
Yeah.
her ability is god awful. Her gun is god awful. Her secondary utility is god awful.
What does she even have for secondary util?
Claymore's breaches. And she's got a sniper that doesn't one shot half the time. Uh,
Dude, just stop talking. Move on.
she's good on about a whopping one site, which she's decent on, which is
Hookah.
oh, I didn't think about that. I was thinking about Clubhouse CCTV.
Played on the
Eh,
warehouse
yeah,
rafter thing. Yeah.
yeah, and on Hookah on Ruins. So she's good on two sites.
I see. Like my thought is she could arguably be D tier if she had smokes.
Yeah, I think honestly they should give her like 6 lances. Why not, bruh? 4 just ain't
If
cutting it.
fuck it, make the sniper rifle fully automatic. Do something, man.
Revert the sniper nerf. Make it back to where it one shots no matter what.
Can you edit the name of the tier list by any chance?
Like the tiers.
Yeah, like can you like change F to remove from the game?
Yeah,
You can. Thank
there you go.
you.
Amaru. I think she's D.
Yeah,
I think she's below Oryx.
I do as well. It's just
I think she's really
good idea, poor execution.
I think she's really in the same spot as Oryx, where like her abilities god awful, but she's got really good guns.
That's what we were talking about the other day, man. They both need their gun out in their ability, like the hatch ability.
Yeah,
Make them more primaried around the hatch play of the operators instead of the wall and windows, and give them gun out in the
yeah,
animation.
I believe so. The only thing she's really got going for her is the G8, the SMG11, and she's got hard breaches flashes. She's just a
And
good
the one in a
finisher.
hundred chance where you get into sight.
Yeah.
And just
Well,
about the only time that ever works is like
low
going in through
elo.
sandwich window on border.
Yeah, and low elo.
Yeah.
All right, Goyo. I think this
Mhm.
might be a hot take from me, but I think he's like really high A.
Uh, I would have put him low S personally.
Oh, really?
I think
I
he's
thought
really
you were
good.
gonna like put him in B.
No, I think he's really good. I mean, A is not a bad. High A is not bad. I could
Yeah.
live with that.
I mean, I think he's just like in the same area as
All
these.
five of those
Yeah,
hops.
these
Yeah,
five right here. I think they're
they're
all
they're
super close to each other.
they're all super good. And if they just had a little flick on the right ass cheek from Ubisoft, they would break the barrier to S.
Yeah, I completely agree. He's got a super good gun with an ACOG, and his ability is phenomenal. He's got proximities and impacts as well. It's
And he's the
just
only 2-2 with an ACOG, right?
uh yeah, I think so. And Vigil with the Bosch
It
G.
was a three
He's a
speed
three
though.
speed. Uh but yeah, I think he's there. Nook, I think she's a little bit better than Callie, but not by much.
But she like
What
doesn't
about
even
you?
have an ability at this point.
Yeah, she pretty much doesn't.
Like
She's
it,
just got grenades,
she went
and
from arguably being AS tier to being removed from the game.
she went from top 3 attacker to the game to one of the worst in the game really
Having a
quick.
0.1% pick rate.
Yeah, her gun is just horrid. Her ability is terrible, and she just has grenades. That's
But
about
they're
all
not even
she's
good
got.
anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
pre grenade nerf, he would still be like C tier at least.
yeah, she'd still be C or B if grenades never got nerfed, but grenades being nerfed really hurt her, and they made her not be any more quiet with her ability on. I mean, honestly, now that we're talking about it, I think she might be worse than Callie.
I don't think so. You can play the gun
Yeah, true.
on
I
nerf.
I'd rather have
You
the
can't play
SMG
that
than
stupid
the.
fucking sniper,
Yeah,
man.
you're right. You're right. Now,
Like dude, that should never been like it, Glass is more of a DMR, but
a sniper never
that's
belonged in Siege.
no, I didn't.
Yeah. So
Um,
Warden, I think he's either really high C or a low B. What about you?
yeah, I would put him high C.
Yeah,
If they gave him the ability to reinforce, he would be B tier.
for real. They need to give him the ability to reinforce. I
I
think,
think
well,
I think in today's day and age, the SMG-12 carries him.
I don't know about carries. I really think his nitro carries, his nitro shield. If he got either of
It
those
does a lot.
removed, he would be F, I think.
Yeah, if they remove SMG-12, Nitro, or Shield, he goes down.
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't drop him down to F if they removed like one of them. Like if he kept Nitro Shield, lost SMG-12, I'd put him in D.
If he lost
Vice
nitro
versa, all the
and
way around.
shield, I would have him in F.
Yeah, if he lost two things, definitely F. But
Yeah. Well, there's not much to say about him. His ability is just so unbelievably situational. Like, if they're
I
running
thought
like
you
a
were gonna say bad, and I was
yeah, um, like the only time I ever see him being consistently decent is on Armory Border because they do the backside rush with a bunch of smokes. That's the only
yeah.
time I see him consistently good.
Comboed with the Wamai, that thing I was doing on Oregon
Yeah,
is really good as well. But I mean, once again, that's a single situation. And
yeah,
Bank downstairs, really good.
yeah. He's good on bank downstairs. Well, Mozzie post ACOG change. Well, removal of 1.5
1.5, low B.
is really hitting him. I honestly have him C right above Warden.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't argue that.
Yeah. I just
It's
think his
just he's
ability
just
is so underwhelming.
it is. It's honestly you throw him on the ground and even if you get a drone, you kind of just don't do anything with it.
Yeah, even if you do, you get a god tier
Drone
Mozzie
spot.
drone spot. It's not really gonna change much in the round. The only time he's good is if you get like 3. That's the
Yeah.
only time I see him being anything above C. He's just so situational. The only thing
I
he's
think
got
his
going for him,
ability was a lot stronger before they made it to where you can change team colors.
yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like whenever you would look at a Mozzie
And
drone and be like, dang, is
team
that my
pings
team?
back before there were
Yeah,
soft pings and stuff.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, that I agree with that. And also, the game has just changed so much more frag heavy than it used to be because he used to be so good for intel and fragging at the same time. But now I really think there's a lot of better options for fragging and for intel.
'Cause it's like you don't even want to pick him for the guns anymore. 'Cause like P10 with no 1.5, no ACOG, and
Cheeks.
then Commando. Why would you not pick Sentry?
Yeah, Sentry's way
The
better
only
than him.
thing that's carrying him right now is the cool ass reload.
On God. On God.
I mean,
Uh,
like I would put him in S for straight up aura points, man.
yeah,
Like that reload animation is essentially fucking plot armor.
it is. It is. I think he needs his super shorty back, and he needs to be like a 3 speed or something.
He needs something, man.
He needs a lot of love, I think.
Yeah.
Bring back the Mozzie meta. All right, his Aussie
Counterpart.
brethren, um,
Uh,
Gridlock. I think. Well, she just got buffed. I'd be forgetting
I
about that.
I would go B tier,
I'd go high B, like above Brava.
above Bravo, below Solus.
Yeah, yeah. F90 and the Saw LMG with the super shorty, frags, EMP, smokes.
I just add like the only reason I don't like Gridlock, I just hate playing 3 armors other than Doc Malusi.
Especially a 3 armor on attack
It did. The
is
game feels so slow.
dreadful.
It is dreadful.
Yeah, it is so bad being a 3 armor on attack. The only time it's bearable is if you're on like a shield because
Yeah.
you're Monty. Uh, I think
Got
she's
Nomad A.
okay.
I think Nomad's better than Gridlock.
I don't know. Like I have them like really in the same spot for me, but if you want to go like a low A, I'm fine with
Yeah,
that.
I was gonna go low A.
I would put Nomad right below Gritty here.
Really?
Yeah, I think
I think
Gridlock is
she's above
better.
Gridlock.
I just think they're like tied on guns, and then Gridlock just has such better secondary utility and a better secondary, and the only thing Nomad has on her is arguably ability, but some people think Gridlock's ability is better. I don't. I think air jabs are
I think
slightly better.
I think the air jabs bring her above.
Yeah.
You can argue
I
all day about the kit being better, and I'm not gonna argue there, but
see. I
I
can
think the
see either
ability is.
way, so that's why I'm fine with having her above.
I think the ability is enough to bring her to A, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
All right. So Cade. Um. I don't know. I switch on and off between Cade. Some days I think he's mid. Some days I think he's really good. Uh, where are you at with him?
Oh god. Ugh.
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm. I was yawning. I'm thinking.
I'm thinking either high B or low A, honestly.
That wouldn't be bad. That's good. I would go
You
high
think,
B before I went
yeah,
low A.
you think he's better than Solus or worse?
I don't think I could call him better than Solus.
Yeah.
If
I
he had if he had a better gun,
I
or
think
if he
his
had an ACOG on the AUG.
I think his frag potential just really hurts him. Like it's
Yeah.
hard to get kills on Cade.
Like I don't. I guess I just suck with the TCSG or whatever. But my God, that thing's fucking dreadful, man.
It is. I do not like the TCSG. I
And the
cannot
AUG
play
is
Cade.
just so unbearable.
Yeah. I think if the AUG was on somebody else that wasn't grandpa speed, uh maybe it'd be better. But AUG on a 3 armor, it just feels so clunky. Now Clash, I
F.
I'm whoa, chill.
I don't care how strong she is. Remove that bitch from the game.
So, since this is called remove, I'll put her in here, but I think she's
She could
better than these three right here.
orcs.
I would have
Yeah,
her right below
right below
T-Bird.
T Bird. Like I don't feel like Shield should be in the game, and that's just
I,
gonna bias me too much to put her anywhere.
yeah, I really think Monty's the only shield that belongs in the game. I think she's strong on a few sites, like Basement Oregon and Basement Bank, but like most scenarios, she's pretty bad, and she's got a
Yeah,
lot of counters. So yeah, Mav, like a few years ago, would have been like arguably one. Um, I think now he's probably a mid to low A.
I've got him right below Finney.
I think he's, yeah, that's exactly where I have him. I think
I would put him above Oso Sentry Nomad, but I couldn't justify putting him above
I
any
definitely
of the other
wouldn't put him
five.
above any of these. Yeah, his gun is just pretty good, really good secondary util. Him being able to trick the wall, if they removed him being able to trick the wall, he'd be terrible. Um, but
Yeah,
him being able to trick the wall, especially in a high level meta where you're running Cade Tubarão if
Subaru.
neither of them are banned, he's the only counter to Tubarão um, being able to trick
Yeah,
that wall. So he's he's pretty good. Um, now that I think about it, I think Nomad's better than Sentry. Do you?
yeah,
All
yeah.
right, all right, all right. Maestro,
Oh my gosh, my
fall
dog.
from grace. I think that's the only way to describe him is fall from
Yeah,
grace.
dude, like the fall off that man had needs to be
It needs
studied.
to be studied. I don't know how he went from the best operator in the game to mid at best.
Have you seen that TikTok that's like planes come, planes go, but what they don't do is disappear off the face of the earth. That is
Yes.
Maestro, man.
I'd have him C
Yeah.
above
Uh,
Warden. Where would you have
yeah.
him?
Not right there.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
think
sad.
his gun, if he didn't have arguably the best gun on defense, he would be probably F or D.
D. I'd put a D if he didn't have the Alda.
If he didn't have a phenomenal weapon, he would be a whole lot of dookie. He just gets countered by Brava, gets countered by Zofia, gets countered by Ash, gets countered by EMPs, can melee there's just
I
too
was about
many
to say, I don't
counters.
think any of that matters compared to the melee.
Yeah, it gets countered by
Uh,
everything.
the fact that you can just punch it now.
Yeah. Punching it and Brava just really brings him down.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now, how far does the MX4 Storm go on the gun tier list?
See, you might not agree with this, but I think she's about here.
I would put her above Zero and Flores.
You would?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I mean, she's very similar to Warden. I
Yeah.
think her ability is really bad.
But then you
Really
have
carried by her gun and her
the gun's
secondary
good
util,
and the secondary utility. Yeah.
and a bailiff.
Yeah.
Her gun is just so bad. Not her gun. My
Whoa,
fault.
whoa.
My fault. My fault. Her ability. I meant to say her ability.
Yeah, the abilities
And
heinous
yeah,
to
I
say the
think
least.
her ability is one of the worst in the game, in my opinion. Uh,
Man, can I say the fall off for Alibi and Maestro, man? Listen, and this might be a hot take here. I think Maestro and Alibi have some of the coolest operator icons in the game.
yeah, I think so too. I think they got great icons.
Like if we were ranking this on a coolness factor, and I mean like looking at it right now, like looking at all these side by side, there's a lot of these that are actually really fucking cool.
I think Aces is the coolest.
I was about to say that. I was about to say Ace is amazing. I think Giannis is amazing. Malusis is amazing. Uh, too bad Deimos is buns. Maestro Alibis is phenomenal. Who else are we able to? I think Mav Finney is really cool. Azami, beautiful.
You like the
The only
animal
ones that
ones,
are
huh?
I do. I'm an animal guy. What can I say? I'm not a fan of Grim, so I'm sorry.
I'm not either.
Like the only ones that I could really argue that are kind of bad is like Sins and Aruni, Zero, Flores, um, hmm, Clash. Yeah.
All right, we're getting off track here.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah, it's okay. Uh,
Another S tier operator icon.
I thought you were gonna say S tier. I was like, Jesus, I gotta have to fight you on that one. I think he's like a low B. What about
Yeah,
you?
yeah, below tube for sure.
I think um his gun's pretty good. It's definitely a way above average weapon. Uh,
Yeah,
he's got grenades. He doesn't have EMPs anymore. Doesn't have his Gon 6 anymore. Which before that he's probably S.
I was about to. I mean, yeah, definitely S before that. But what's crazy is that pre OG Lion Nerf would have had him at the solid number 2 spot in the game.
He'd be at the number one, bruh.
I think Ace would still be better than pre Lion Nerf.
That's wild.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Ace is just too good, man.
He had the most game destructing
Like,
ability of
dude,
all time.
pre Lion Nerf was wild.
I don't know what you are smoking to say current Ace is better than pre Nerf Lion, but well,
Prime Ace versus Prime Lion. Like, I'm talking super quick Selmas, and whenever they drop
oh,
3,
first
like
launch Ace,
like OG Ace, yeah.
arguable, but I'd still say Lion's better. But
I mean, to
uh,
each their own, but I think just the fact that it can open the wall puts him above
yeah.
Lion in that sense. But dude, old Lion is doing things to me.
All right. So Finka,
I I've got him right below Lion.
you got Finka below Lion?
Yeah,
I got Finka above Lion. Like
but like right
right
there.
right there, yeah.
Okay, okay, we can go with it. We can roll with it.
That.
That is an F tier operator icon, though. Let me add.
Very very bad.
I think
Uh
that's why she gets so many jokes about asses, man. Think of my ass, fist my ass.
dog. uh I think her ability is pretty good.
It's good. It's not a bad ability. It's not good. It's just
I think her guns are pretty mid.
I think the revive thing was a good buff for her. Being able to revive on the
Uh-huh.
adrenal surge.
I mean, she's just a decent op. Like I'd say
Yeah.
she's slightly above average. Um,
Like you can definitely pick some better attackers, but she's all around.
yeah, she's good on a rush. She's a good comfort pick. I mean, she's never bad on any site. That's a good
Yeah.
thing about her. She's not site dependent at all.
She's versatile, but not Buck Ace versatile.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Vigil.
The best roamer in the game currently.
I'd say he's the best roamer in the game. I'd have him
Put him
in.
above Goya.
I'd have him either high A or low S right here. So
I
I'm fine with high A.
I think high A is where he fits. Like I just no uh I don't think there's any good roamers right now, and I think the fact that there's not a good roamer makes Vigils seem that much better.
Oh yeah, I think that's
But
definitely the case.
and I mean either way, great primary, great secondary, mid secondary gadget, really good ability for roaming right now.
Yeah, if
Uh,
every other roamer didn't suck, he would be terrible. But
yeah, if Cav and Orcs weren't both D tier,
yeah,
he might be dropped a little bit like below Finney. Like I mean, I would still
like
have him A
when
no matter what. I think I think I would still have him A no matter what.
last season when Solus was S,
Okay, I forgot about Solus. Yeah,
I had
yeah.
Vigil in like CD.
Really? You had him that low?
Yeah, just because Solus did everything he did, but better in every way.
Yeah, yeah,
But now that Solus is nerfed, I have him better than Solus. Now, if he had like Cav's gun kit, he would be down here. I think his
yeah,
guns carry him a lot, but his ability does help on the roam for sure, and the
yeah.
impacts help a lot.
I do
Um,
agree.
Adoki,
S.
easy S. I think she's here, but I know you're
I have
glazing
her above Grim.
Malusi. Oh, you really?
Yeah,
I
I might have been glazing Malusi a little bit earlier.
forgetting about some of the other operators.
A little bit. I mean, I stand by Malusi at the very least being a top five operator in the game.
I could see it.
I think the only other person that's getting added to this top five, right? Like, I don't think I would change Ace, Doki, Grim, or Malusi. The only person that's going anywhere in there is Buck. I think we can both agree on that.
We'll see. We'll see. Uh,
You're about to fucking put
I'm
Jackal up there. You
I'm
fucking
about to uh
you're not about to put
have
Zoph up there. I know
have
you're
some
not that
heated
stupid.
debates. Have some heated debates soon.
You're
Um,
not about to argue Legion, Jackal, or Zoph into that top five. I'm not
we'll
letting that
see.
shit
We'll
happen.
see.
I'm
We'll
not. I'm
see.
not letting it happen.
We'll see. My hot takes. We'll see. We'll see. The
Whatever. Move
suspense.
on. Move on.
I mean, there's not much to say about Doki. Her ability's never bad. Really no counters besides mute, and mute doesn't really counter her because she's meant to clear roamers, not people in sight.
Yeah.
Uh, Great DMR, great secondary, great secondary
Util.
utility. Um,
Flashes,
her
EMPs, smokes,
yeah,
right? The shift
yeah,
smokes?
smokes.
Yeah.
Flash EMP smokes is crazy utility, and her like little secondary gadget where she can hack cams is a big bonus as well. Heavy
Yeah.
countering operators like Balk and
Valk Maestro
Echo and
and Echo.
Maestro. Um,
Yeah. Oh, I
yeah.
see what you're doing now.
What?
I just picked up on it.
What?
Oh, you're gonna try to put Echo in the top five because he just got a fucking ACOG.
We'll see what I'm gonna do. All right, Zoph. I think she's A. Like,
I would
I think she's below Fenny.
I would put her above Azami.
Really? You think she's that high?
It's just a straight counter to Azami. I don't think you could
I don't think she's a straight counter to Azami.
really.
Azami has five or six. Zoph has two.
All right.
I could settle for right below Azami.
All right, let's go there then.
All right, because her
All right.
gun is just great. Her ability is really good as well. I think she's better than Ash, which I know the majority of the Siege community would disagree with that take, but I think she's better than Ash. Um, Now her sister Ella, um,
See at best.
I think she's C. E. I don't know. Is she better than Mozzie?
I don't think so.
I,
I mean,
mm,
deployable carries.
I didn't think about that. She does have. Yeah, she's better than Azami with a deployable. I
Better than a zombie is
I mean,
wild.
not Azami. Mozzie. I don't know why I said Azami. Yeah, she's S tier with a deployable. Um, yeah, she's got a decent gun. I think people glaze her gun a little too much. Um,
Dude,
yeah,
just another fall off that needs to be studied.
true, true. And she's like a slightly better Thorn, I think. Like she does everything Thorn does, but a little better. I think she's
Yeah,
got a slightly better gun than Thorn. Same util, like same secondary util, same ability pretty much. Except I would rather take a Grismot over Thorn
throwing
gadgets.
gadget.
They're
A
definitely
razor
better, I
bloom.
think. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Ying.
Ying. I think.
Above Finka.
Oh, you have her a lot lower than I was gonna have her.
Really?
I was gonna have her below Sentry.
Hmm.
I could settle
I
for
guess
like
I could go
5E.
below Sentry. Yeah, yeah. Let's go below Sentry.
All right.
Because I mean,
Cause
well, mine just got nerfed. Jaeger's not played right now.
yeah, her
Yeah,
gun's
yeah.
great. She's probably the best rusher in the game besides maybe Ash.
I
Um,
wouldn't be surprised within the next couple weeks of this season that we see another Ying meta push, just because the amount of Wamai players I've seen post nerf has been virtually none,
yeah.
and Jaeger's only played by your boy Logan and me occasionally just for the gun.
Yeah, the less Wamai and Jaeger are played, the better Ying is, and they're both not in the best spot they've been in before.
Yeah,
And her ability is really good right now. She's got smokes and hard breaches. People use
yeah,
her for vert too with those hard breaches, like bank vert. She's
yeah,
good,
yeah.
really
Really
good.
good.
All right, Legion. Hot take, hot take, hot take incoming. Right there.
I'm not gonna argue that.
Okay, I thought you were gonna think he was like low A. I'm gonna be honest. I think the nerf hit him, but not very hard. I don't
Yeah,
think he
not
needed
hard
the
enough.
impacts. I think the impacts being removed literally did nothing because he has a super shorty, and a bulletproof
Yeah,
is just as good as impacts in my opinion.
yeah. It's a good
Uh,
trade off. I would take the super short and a bulletproof over impacts anyways.
T5 probably top 3 gun on defense. Uh, his ability is just so good. You can play him as a roamer. You can play him as a sight player. He's the best shield counter in the game, in my opinion.
Without a doubt.
Um, he's just so versatile. He gets his Guman so quick now compared to how he used to. And now that they do damage on impact again, it only does 3
Oh,
damage now, but
it's something.
yeah, it even doing
And that
that.
first tick, I feel like, is super fast.
Yeah, the ticks are so quick now that it's like 1 second I think you get to pull it out, um, which is crazy because it does like 12 damage I think.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, he's just very good. He's good on any site. Like you could run Legion every single round in the game, and I will not complain. Um, Now Mira,
Right below Yana.
you think she's that high?
Yeah,
I
I
was
do.
I was gonna have her like Here.
No, I've got her low S.
Hmm. I don't know. I feel like with Ash being able to counter her and now meleeing her mirrors, I,
I feel like the
I
mute
don't like
meta right
putting her in
now
this.
makes her really strong because it makes Twitch infinitely worse to counter mirror. Like I feel like Twitch is always mirror's number one counter through and through.
I I feel like right now Ash is her number one counter.
Right now, yeah, but I mean, anytime you're playing a mirror, you're playing a Wamai or a Jaeger,
Yeah.
or you should be.
Yeah, you should be. Which that's the thing. Like you need another operator for her to be that good, in my opinion. I think you need a Wamire Jaeger to make her S.
I could settle for above Zoph.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Um, yeah, she's just got. She's really good for sure. She's got the Vector, which is arguably one of the best guns in the game. Nitro, secondary shotgun. Only thing really holding her back is no magnification scope, and she's a 3 armor. That's the only thing knocking her back in terms of any
I
kind
could
of
not
versatility.
justify Ubisoft giving her a magnification scope.
Yeah, me neither.
I
I would
think,
never want to see an ACOG on her, but I'm just saying that's something that makes her worse. That's like the only thing she doesn't have is an ACOG.
and I
Um,
would cry if they gave her one, and
I
not
think
tears of joy.
I mean you can play Mira on every site, but I just think she's not versatile enough to put her in S tier. Like I feel like everyone in S tier you can run on every site and they'll be really good. I think Mira, she's got sites where she's the best op in the game, and she's got sites where she's pretty bad,
Yeah,
which
I
is
agree.
why I have her in A. All right, Jackal. Uh, I have him right here.
I was about to say the same exact spot.
Yeah, I
He
think.
just if he didn't meet the ban hammer almost every game, I would arguably have him above Malusi,
I don't
but
have him being banned as like a thing that knocks him down for me.
you don't.
Yeah, because like I'm talking like when he's played, you know?
Yeah, but like you don't get to play him.
He's only got like a 60% ban rate. I think he's got just like I think it's like a top 3 gun TTK wise. Um, he's got smokes, claymores, which is decent. Secondary shotgun. I think the best roam clearing gadget in the game. I think he's the best roam clearer for clearing roamers. I think Doki's better than him, but not for clearing roamers. I think if you're strictly trying to clear roamers, you play Jackal over Doki.
Yeah,
But Doki's just better at other things. Um, yeah, I don't think there's much more to say about him. You can just run him on any site and he'll be good, which is why he's an easy S for me. Hibana, she's fallen down a lot for me in the past few seasons.
I've got her below Ying, but still A.
I had her in the exact same spot.
Like
Um,
there's some sites where she's the best operator in the game, and then anywhere
yeah,
else she's practically useless ability wise. Decent
yeah.
gun, good
That's
secondary.
that's the thing for me. Like I can't justify putting an operator in S tier that is I wouldn't say terrible, but like mid on 90% of sites.
Yeah,
She's
Echo.
got really good guns though. She's got Type 89 and the Bearing 9 as secondary. All right,
Yeah,
Echo. I think with the ACOG, that bumped them up a lot for me because the ACOG on that gun goes burr, and I
I've
think
got
he was
them.
criminally underrated before he got the ACOG. Where do you have him?
Ah,
Huh?
below Yana in S.
I I think he's better than Iana. Uh, I don't know. I could see him being worse. I'm fine with that. Him him having a shield really helps. Playing off of a shield with yokais is really strong, especially with that ACOG. You can just stun them and swing them off the
Yeah,
shield. Uh, he's really good on maps like Bank. He's like one of the best ops in the game. And he's got maps where he's alright on, which is probably why he's just lower S. He's kind of map dependent, but he's got a really good all around kit.
yeah.
Now, Cav, you asked me like a year ago, I'd have her like here. But I think with all the roamers sucking right now, she's better than Thorn, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
I could see an argument for better than T Bird, but nothing higher, I don't think.
I don't think I would argue her above T-Bird.
The only time you catch me playing her would be double Roam Clear Ban, Doki Jackal Ban, and immediately running and hiding so you don't get scanned by Deimos. That is the only scenario where she's even playable. Uh,
I 100% agree.
her guns suck. I don't care what anybody says. Her shotgun is pretty bad. Her pistol is pretty bad as well. The fall off is just too much. You got to be point blank for it to two shot to the body.
Yeah, it
And
needs to be buffed.
her interrogation is pretty bad. Like it's really hard to get an interrogation because someone has to solo push and not drone you. That's the only time you get one.
Yeah,
All right. Now Cappy, hmm, I have him low B. Where do you have him?
I think I have him above Deimos.
You got him that high?
I think
Uh,
so.
I don't know. The Para and the Gon 6 carry him a lot for me.
See, like my
And the
point
hard
is,
breaches.
he's obviously not a C tier operator.
Yeah,
I couldn't argue him above Solus, Cade, Gridlock, Bravo, or Striker.
definitely not.
Now I could make the argument of putting Tube, Finka, and Lion above Deimos, and then putting him above Deimos right there at the very end.
I honestly
Like
do think they're all three better than Deimos.
I do as well. Like I think
Okay,
Deimos needs to be moved down,
I think so too.
and
I'm
then
fine with
put
that.
Cappy right there.
I'm fine with that completely.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good rating for me. I think the Para, really good gun.
Paragon 6 carry,
I think it's a Para's very underrated gun. I think it's one of the best guns in the game, in my opinion. Not like top five, but like maybe top
really
10 or
good.
15 guns in the
Yeah,
game. Really low recoil, does so much damage, and he's got Gon 6 and hard breaches. He's
and he's a
like
3 speed.
a worse striker in my opinion.
I
Um,
think if they made him a 2-2, he would be even better.
I think he'd be better too. Um, I just think Striker does everything he does right now, but better.
Yeah,
Better
the fire's
gun.
kind of useless.
Yeah, the fire's really only good like for getting a bandit trigger off or clearing a shield. That's the only
Yeah,
scenarios where I see it even being useful. Either
the
that or like
smokes
on a
are
Nizami.
definitely way better on him,
Yeah.
and like
His ability's very underwhelming for me.
there's just so many other operators that have smoke grenades
Yeah.
that we've listed above him. I don't think the fire arrows would make me pick him over anybody that's run like that just has a smoke grenade.
Yeah.
You know,
Cuz
like
like
I
literally
feel like
just
the best
grenades.
way to look at it is Gridlock is essentially just a better version of him. You
Yeah.
have smokes,
Grid is
and then gritty traps are way better than the fire.
Yeah, I agree. The Striker and Gridlock are just like better versions of him, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, and arguably grenades do what his fire does, but better.
yeah.
And smokes are literally just his other ability.
Smokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Blackbeard. So I think this could be a hot take. I don't think he's the worst operator in the game. I think he's better than Callie.
I was gonna go hot take and put him just like right below T Bird. I think
Really?
he beats the allegations, and I think he beats the Cav Thorn or Samara debate. I do.
I could see him being better than Nook Clash, Amaru, Oryx, Thorn, but I don't think he's better than Cav. I'd be fine
Let,
with
let,
putting him here.
us put him there then. Yeah,
I
let's go
think
there.
his gun is just too god awful, and his ability is too god awful to have him above Cav, where Cav can be pretty good in some scenarios, where you never see a scenario where Blackbeard is just really good.
Or points. He's American.
America. He's a Navy SEAL. That's what he's got
Yeah,
going for him.
he's a fucking seal, man.
Yeah. Now speaking of Navy SEALs, Valkyrie.
Don't make me do this.
What are you gonna do?
So sad, man.
You have her low?
Like I don't have her low, but I don't have her where she should be.
I have her like right here.
Yeah, I mean that's where I was gonna go with her now, but
She used to be up here with the big
yeah, yeah,
boys.
yeah. That's what I'm so upset about
Yeah.
is,
She's
man,
had a mild fall from grace, but she's still really strong.
she's still really strong, but man, was she
She was
outside
really good.
cams.
Dude, OG Valk on Coastline went
Dude,
burr.
I think I still have some dreams every now and then of doing some mean run outs off of some outside bout cams.
Yeah, me too, dude. I had some mean ones on theme park.
Dude, I had some mean ones on just about every map in the rank pool. All
Yeah, the
right, on to daddy.
uh, okay, Buck.
Number
It's
one.
either here or here. There's no
Yep.
other spot to put him. Now, the real debate is he better than Ace? I
I
think
think
in a
I think he's a
ranked,
lock for number two now.
I think in ranked he is worse than Ace. I think if we're talking like pro league, he's probably better. Um,
I think the only thing right now that could put him above Ace is a better operator icon. Man, has had some shit. Is he fucking Bullet from Mario Kart?
yeah, could be. I
uh,
think him getting his Gone 6 removed barely changed anything. I still would have said Ace was better with his Gone 6, but Gone 6 did hurt him a little bit, like being able to clear shields and stuff. Um, but
yeah. With the Gone
yeah,
6, he was
I got him
fucking
at 2.
Mr. All American.
Yeah, he could literally do everything with a
You're
Gone
talking about a
6.
one. You're talking at 1, 2, and 3 right now, dude. You're talking about a one man slash woman army.
Yeah, pretty much. He could do just about anything with all three of these right here. Uh,
I mean, dude. In reality, all the S tier operators are one man armies. I feel like.
yeah,
Like if I were
everyone
to
in
be in a
the S
one v
tier.
five scenario, I would want to be one of those S tier
Oh yeah,
operators.
for sure. I mean, Buck can just do anything. Like, I think his hard breaches should be removed.
I agree. Like he is. I feel like that would. I mean, it wouldn't bring him down much.
It would bring him down for sure. I think if he got his hard breaches removed, he'd be like down here.
I think I would still have him like above Legion. I think
Yeah, I could see it, but right now he just
either
has a top 3 gun in the game, uh, top 3 ability in the game, flashes, hard breaches. He just can do just about anything right now, but open a huge hole in the wall. That's about all he can't do.
the
That's about all he can't do. So,
only thing he can't do is yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, enough said. Canadian counterpart.
Hold on, shout out Frost, getting me through my first couple weeks of PC.
Yeah.
Shout out Frost.
Shout out Frost. Good noob operator for sure. Um, I think she's somewhere in the low B area, like somewhere between
uh,
these three. I think.
I think I would go in between Tube and Lion.
You think she's
I think
better
she's a
than
good.
Lion?
I do.
Okay.
Really easy primary to use. You have a shotgun secondary, and you have a deployable shield.
I mean, I see it. I think her kit carries her. Her ability is pretty bad, in my opinion. I think her gun, deployable shield, secondary shotgun really carries with an ACOG on that gun. If that gun didn't have an ACOG, she'd be like down here, I think.
Yeah,
But that her kit is just really good. She's like a better alibi in my opinion, where her ability is pretty bad, but her kit is just so good. Um, I don't really think there's much else to say. Now,
right
mute.
below Malusti.
I don't think you're gonna like me after this. I have him here.
Okay.
I
No, I'm not
just
mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
okay. I just think he's too versatile to have him anything lower. He's literally probably the most consistent defender in the game on sites that you can play him on. There's not a singular site where he is below a S tier operator, in my opinion. Where I probably can't say that for nearly any defender besides maybe Legion or Malusi.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think personally, if you're not playing Mute Malusi Legion every round, you don't want to win.
yeah, if you're not
Like,
playing one of them, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Like,
just think the shotgun SMG 11 combo is too strong. Plus the nitro and the drone denial on top of it doubling as wall denial. Like, that is just insane.
and flashback to the foreshadowing on the Yana placement. No matter what abilities you have or anything in Rainbow Six Siege, intel is the number one thing in the game.
Yeah.
And to
And
be able to take that away is just mwah,
nothing takes away Intel anywhere near as good as Mute. And Mute is just
mwah.
so good. Mute
Just
is.
like, dude, they went, it was talking like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then they just put it in some fire, and then Mute is just
Mute
there.
just appeared. All
And
right.
man, let me tell you, the fucking aura points on that man.
Placing Gemma.
Or whatever the fucking Mute Jammer noise makes.
I think I'm about to make some sledge players very angry.
Nerf him.
I got him like here.
Wow.
You got him a lot higher than that?
Hell no. I have a fuck lot lower than that.
Oh, you have him lower? Oh, where do you
I
have
have
him?
him. I have him like barely above zero, man.
Really?
The only thing he's fucking used for now is beating a castle down.
I mean, he's decent on vert. It's just
No,
there's better options on vert.
I don't think you've ever played a round of Sledge.
I have.
Have you
Do
just
you not
ever
remember the
sledged the
sledge
floor and
meta?
not been nitro?
No, that's the
Dude,
scary part. It's like like playing with fire.
uh, fuck it, move on.
Okay. Well,
I want to stop.
here we can move him down a little bit just for you. We
All
could
right,
settle in the middle right there,
all
in
right, all
between
right.
both of ours. So smoke. I got him. I think people would put him like low A. I got him like here.
I've either got him right there or above Vigil in it. He's either, yeah. I'm perfectly fine with leaving him there.
Okay. I think his shield being removed took him from like right here to right here, but I still think he is so unbelievably strong, and I think he's very underrated right now. People have been dissing on my boy Smoke, but he got everything that Mute's got, but just a little worse because his ability is a little less versatile than Mute, in my
Yeah,
opinion. It's just slightly situational. Like, there's always a round where you can use Smokes good. There's just scenarios where he looks like he's the best in the game. There's scenarios where he looks mid. It just depends on how
I
good
don't
of a
even think
smoke
he
you
ever
are.
looks mid. I don't think he ever looks mid. Now, does he look like the best operator on every site? No. Does he obviously have his sites where he's way better than any other pick? Yes.
Yeah,
But I don't think he ever doesn't look like an S tier operator.
yeah, I can
Like
I can see that take.
the only sites you can ever really say that on are sites you don't play. Like sites that don't see the light of day. Like
Th-
I mean, he's even good on what I was about to say stock lounge on club, but just because it's too long to play the SMG 11 on, but that's arguably one of the really good smoke sites.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't find a spot where he's bad.
I mean, there's no spot where he's bad. There's just scenarios where he's not S, in my opinion. Like areas where you can't get usage out of his smokes very good. But there's other areas where he's like the best op in the game. So that's what keeps him like low S for me.
Yeah,
And him needing a shield to be like super duper good is what keeps him down from me, because you need other operators to play off of him for him to be way up here.
yeah,
You need a real good team coordination.
yeah.
Now, Thatcher, where do you have him? Because I think I'm going to have him a lot lower than you're going to have him based
I
off
have
of
him like
comments prior.
I have him like right below striker.
Hmm. I got him like here, but I could go up a little bit.
I mean, I could go like I just he's above Tube, he's above Finka. At least he's above Tube and Finka.
Okay.
I can see the argument for everybody else being above him.
Yeah. Can we move Sentry down? I think Sentry's too high. I want to move Sentry below Tube.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Okay. I just felt like he was a little too high there. Uh, he was bothering me. He was staring at me. He was a little too high up there. I think Thatcher's like pretty versatile, but it's just secondary EMPs right now make him a
They're
lot
just too
worse.
good. Yeah.
And
That's why I made sure to make it a point to put him below striker.
yeah,
That was really just my threshold was wherever striker was because striker's just a better Thatcher now.
yeah. And there's just so many people that can do what he does, and he is literally solely reliant on a hard breach. If your hard breach spawn gets spawn peaked, He's literally down here.
Yeah,
But where do I have him? Right here.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's good there.
Yeah. I think that's fine. I mean, I kind of think these two are probably better than him, but that's okay with me. There's scenarios where he's definitely super good. Now, Ash.
R4C mommy.
Yeah, that's gonna be on the internet. Um,
I don't give a fuck.
um,
I mean, I think below Habana
I,
is a good
I
spot
think
for
she's above Habana. I think she's right there.
her. Okay.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty much the same
Yeah.
spots.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, I
she's.
think the mirror counter makes her a lot better than what she was a couple seasons ago.
I completely agree. That bumped her up so much for me. Her,
But if they were to change Zoph to a 2-2, there would never be an argument for who's the better frag op.
yeah, if they change Zoph to a 2-2, she's going down here somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Only thing she does better than Zoph is that she's faster and that she has a better gun, slightly
Yeah.
better gun. That's
Ashley, I
all
mean,
she's got.
yeah.
Her ability is just a little underwhelming for me to put her any higher. Like, she's just a super good rush operator and a really good frag.
Yeah.
Because of how fast she is with such a great gun.
Yeah.
She's just a run and gun operator. Always has been, always will be. So
Yeah.
I couldn't really put her any lower. Couldn't really put her any
Joe,
higher.
my second favorite black operator.
Uh, um,
I don't. Can that go on the internet?
I think so. Um, I think this is a hot take. I'm not sure if you'll agree with me, but I got Castle right here.
I rock with it.
I think he is just so good right now. I think he is criminally underrated. Criminally.
Cog is mwah, mwah, mwah.
ACOG is so good, and uh, the castle barricades are just so useful. I don't care what anybody says. Good,
I think it's amazing
a
personally.
good calculated, team-oriented castle strat. There's nothing better than it, dude. Like a castle strat that with a 5 stack is
Ugh.
unstoppable. Um, but him needing a team kind of brings him down. Uh, and his gun is pretty decent, but it could be better. There's a lot of
Without an
better
ACOG,
guns.
I would argue him in A tier.
Without an ACOG, I'd put him in B tier, honestly. Actually, no,
I'd
I'd put him in
I'd
low
probably
A.
put him around Ash Habana,
Yeah, I'd put him low A without an ACOG, but
but he's got an ACOG, so he
yeah, he's
stays an A.
got one. He's got one. Now, speaking of no ACOG on the we got poor Pulse. Now,
I've got him barely above Blackbeard.
I got him about the same. I think Cav is better than him.
I do as well.
Okay, thank God we got the same take. I think his ability is just so mid at best. Solus does everything that he does, but better. Has a better gun. Only thing he has better is a nitro, and he's a 3 speed.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't think that argues enough for him to be any higher than what he is. Though that's the thing.
yeah. The only thing he is good for is denying a plant from under, which if a team has half a brain and they're
You're
in a
getting pushed out,
1vx scenario,
or they're planting on top of
they're
something.
planting on top of something. Everyone's like, where's the last guy? Probably Pulse. Plant on top of something. Bye bye, Pulse. There's no point to
Yeah,
know him.
1v4 inbound.
Yeah. um, Thermite. I think he's low S, high A. What about you?
The thing that's so sad, man, about Therm is he hasn't even really ever received a nerf. The game is just moving on without him.
Yeah.
but I have him low S. Like I have
Uh,
him below Echo,
yeah, I think he's bottom S.
bottom S.
I
And
think,
it's so sad. It's he's such a good operator, man, but the game's just not there for him anymore.
yeah, I agree. I don't see him ever really being like better than Ace unless Ace gets significant nerfs. There's scenarios where he is better than Ace though on certain sites. Um, and he does his ability like the breach is better than Ace, but Ace is him just being able to throw
Better at
them
opening it.
and having
Yeah.
more of them is just better. And Ace has
Yeah.
better gun. Only thing that Therm has better is his secondary utility, which is pretty good. Smokes and flashes. Smokes with a thermite, smokes and flashes with thermite is really good. Him having those, just being able to open a breach and be able to flash in there and smoke in there is good.
Yeah.
Um, you can never go wrong with thermite. There's always the option of ace instead, though. That's usually better.
Yeah.
Um,
And I can't tell you how many times I've said the exact statement of I died with a thermite in my hand
yeah,
compared to I died with an ace in my hand is astronomically different.
yeah, it is a
Different.
lot safer. Uh,
Like that alone just hmm.
yeah. So Monty, his
I
his recent changes have definitely bumped him up.
I want to put him in the removed category, but I can't, and it makes me sad. But I stand by this. Shields do not belong in Siege. Shields and snipers.
I agree with that take.
But I do sadly have to put him probably above Thermite in S.
You have him that high?
Yes,
I'm the
it
Monty
is.
player. I don't have him that high.
I I don't give a.
um,
I'm getting angry. We need to get through with this. Hurry up. I'm closing my eyes. Put him somewhere.
I mean, I'll settle for bottom S. I would have him like around this area, but
You can't put him any lower if one of your points for Legion being so good is he's the number one shield counter in the game.
yeah, true. Um,
And that the fact that whenever anybody plays a Monty, the first pick you have is Legion. I think that puts him in S.
yeah,
It's because there's so little counters, like direct counters to him.
yeah. There's really no direct counters. Like Legion isn't even a direct counter.
Yeah,
He just helps. You know.
he's just way better at doing what everybody else cannot.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I think him needing like a stack to be really good.
But
Like
you fucking don't anymore.
true, true, true.
Like that's what makes me so angry is,
He's kind of like a solo frag right now.
and it. Move on.
Okay, we'll move on. We'll move on.
I'm gonna sit here and get fucking angry.
Uh Twitch, I have her like low A. Where do you have her?
Probably. I mean, I have her. I would put her probably above Osa,
I'm fine with
below
that.
Valk.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think that's probably where I was gonna
I
put
don't
her
think I
anyway.
could. I don't think I can make the argument for her being better than anybody above her, but I can make the argument for her being better than everybody else below her.
Yeah, me too. I think she's better than Brava in every way. Um, better gun, better ability, the same secondary utility. Only thing Brava has on her is shorty and countering Maestro. That's the only thing she has on her. Um,
I
F2
think.
and 417 are both great options. Some of the
I
best guns
think.
in the
I
game.
think they need to give her the Maestro can disable thing back.
I think so too. Which I mean, she's not in need of a buff, but that'd just be a good
Actually,
one.
no, no, no. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not doing that to my boy. I take that
Or
statement back. You just
Maestro.
talk. Don't listen to me.
Well, if they buffed Maestro, they should do that. But
Dude, like, why are we kicking this man? He's already
I
on
don't
the
know. Yeah, he
ground.
is on the ground. I agree. I regret that statement.
Yeah, I feel bad for saying it,
Yeah.
man.
Okay. Doc, I got him here.
I was gonna go right there, like
W.
exactly there.
W.
Just too good. Just such a strong operator right now, man.
Yeah, his stims have never been better, never been more useful. He's got the bailiff, he's got the MP5 with an ACOG, which is one of the best guns in the game right now with an
And
ACOG.
with ACOGs being removed, like kids with cancer. Paul, I can't say that. I can't say that.
That one's getting cut out. Okay. um
Anyways, with ACOGs being removed left and right, I think having an ACOG is something that statues a higher placement on the list.
yeah, I agree. Um with him having a barbed wire and bulletproof 2 with the barbed wire buff just moves him up even
Yeah,
more. Um I think he's just a tiny bit better than Echo just because I feel like Echo is just a little too site dependent, and Doc is literally good on every single site. You can't ever go wrong with Doc. Uh,
he's really like a do it all on defense with doing nothing at the same time.
yeah, like you can be support, you can be frag at the same time with
Yeah,
Doc. But his worst counterpart, Rook, hot take, I got him either here or here.
there.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
I mean,
Yeah,
talking about him's not gonna do anything. I mean,
he's so underwhelming. I really think the higher elo you get, the worse he gets consistently. Because the more people hit headshots, the worse he gets. The only
if
thing he
going to bed at
has.
2 with a 10 and waking up at 10 with a 2 was an operator, it'd be Rook.
Yeah. Um, I think really the only thing he has going for him is impacts and an MP5 with an ACOG. I really think his ability is close to useless, um, which might be a hot take. I think,
He's good from 20 feet away. Whenever you have to squint really hard, he looks like a good operator, but then whenever you get up close,
on paper he is good, yeah, but in practice he's pretty mid. Um, but yeah, Jaeger. See, here's the debate: is he better than Wamai with Wamai's ACOG being removed?
no.
I don't think so.
I've got him like above Thatcher, below
You have
Bravo.
him that low?
I think so, yeah.
I was gonna have him like right here, but
Uh, I don't think so.
I could settle for like I don't see him being worse than Cade.
I don't see him better than Solus.
Yeah, I mean that's fine with me. Um,
Maybe next season, post next Solus nerf, but
yeah, I mean I could see the argument for him being worse than everyone up here, but I can't put him
yeah,
below Cade.
yeah.
He counters
I
too many strats for him to be below Cade.
I've had this feeling about Jaeger in my bones for a while, man. He's gonna receive some good news this next season.
Yeah, we can only pray. Now,
Trust me, I pray a lot for that one.
for an operator that hasn't been changed in years, I think Bandit has had a huge glow up in the past few years. I got him somewhere in the mid. A. Where do you got him?
You know, you got him right there, like right below Twitch.
I I have him like right above Twitch, but I can put him below Twitch. That's fine with me. NP7, arguably best gun on
Nitro,
defense. Um, Nitro
P12.
P12 is pretty bad.
You
Um,
think the P12's bad?
yeah, I think the P12 is a bad pistol.
Other than like the PMM, I think with it not being a wall destructive, high caliber secondary, I feel like straight up pistol. I think it's the second best in the game.
Whoa.
That's like not considering the secondary
Yeah, I know.
shotguns,
You're
not
talking about
considering the
killing
bailiff.
people.
Yeah, I've got the PMM above it on
We'll
defense.
save this for the gun tier list.
Yeah, yeah, whatever. Moving on.
Yeah, he could just bandit trick. Like we praise Thermite, we praise Ace. Bandit can counter both of them,
Yeah,
which is really why
gotta give
he's
credit where credit's due,
so
man.
good. Yeah, a good bandit is probably S tier. Um, just being able to bandit trick with that Nitro 3 speed, like you can literally put your batteries down and roam if you want. One of the best guns in the game, 3 speed Nitro. Like, he's very strong. There's not much else to be said about him. You can pick him on nearly any site. He'd be good.
Remove.
Remove. I think not only should Blitz not be in the game, I think he is one of the worst operators in the game.
I mean, he's obviously the worst shield in the game out of all three.
Yeah, clearly. I have him. I think he's better than these three, worse than Clash.
Yeah,
He really has nothing going for him besides being a demon in some low elo. That's the, if this was in a copper lobby, right here. But
yeah,
in anything above, I'd say gold, he's down in this area.
yeah,
Um, I don't really think anything else needs to be said. He has so many counters, and he's only good in a. He's not even really good in a rush comp, but he can be used in a rush comp. That's the only
yeah.
scenario where he can be used, in my opinion.
It's just not even worth it, then, man.
Yeah. All right. IQ. Um, big fall from grace.
I was about to say that another amazing fall off orchestrated by
I
Ubisoft themselves.
yeah. I think she's like below Rook, or
I was about to
maybe
say
above
that too.
Rook, like this area right here,
Barely,
between these
barely
two right
above
here.
Rook. I
Yeah.
feel like
Okay.
above Rook's good.
I think her just having that gun probably has her above Rook. If she didn't
Yeah,
have a gun like the Commando, she'd be definitely below. The
best operator on a Russian ACOG on IQ.
I think her gun and her secondary utility and her being a 3 speed really carry. Her ability is one of the worst in the game right now, in my opinion. Uh, yeah, I couldn't see her being anything higher than this. There's really no scenario where she's good unless you have a Valk main on the enemy team. That is the
Yeah,
only time where she is good, is if they are playing a Valk every round. That is the only time when you ever want to run
IQ is
IQ.
ever a pick. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, just the Legion change from them not being an electronic device anymore was such a big hit to her as well.
Yeah, and ever since they made Echo's
Not
Yokai
invisible.
not invisible, she's been in the trenches. And
Yeah,
the Valk cams not being outside.
outside.
Yeah, those two changes just made her so much worse because she used to be like S tier when these two were the best ops in the game. But Fuse, I think Fuse has had a good glow up. I mean, I wouldn't say he's like top tier, but he's pretty good now, I'd say. What about you? What do you think he's at?
uh, right above IQ.
Above IQ.
Yeah.
I would have put him like below Lion, but I'm fine with that. Fine with that. I
Like
mean,
I still don't think it's a very good ability, but I do think he is really good now on sites that you used to not be able to pick him on.
yeah,
Like now that you can play him for like downstairs bank, really good.
yeah. Like I think there's scenarios where Fuse is higher than this, but him only being even playable on Vert really hurts him. And him having the AK-12 saves him so much. If he had a mid gun, he
He
would
would be
be near the
there.
bottom, down
Yeah.
in D somewhere. Uh, him having hard breaches also really saves him because that makes him playable on Vert. If he didn't have hard breaches, I would also have him in D. Uh, his ability, in my opinion, is really bad. Only usable for breaking utility. I never see a fuse get a kill with a fuse charge, ever. Um, it's really only good for breaking util in sight, in my opinion, and clearing out the site. That's the only thing I see him used for. But Glaz, where to put Glaz? Where do you think we should put him?
Right above orcs.
Yeah, I see him in that area. I think he's better than Blackbeard.
I think Blackbeard needs to go down. Then you put him above Blackbeard, but you put Thorn above Glass. I think Thorn is better than Blackbeard and Glass.
Okay. I mean I can see it. I can see the argument. I mean, Glaz is just so unbelievably situational. Like there's rarely a scenario like he is just a worse warden in every way
Yeah.
in terms of
But I
situational.
just don't think he's as bad as anybody below him. Like he's got an ability. It might not be a good one, but he's fucking got one.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically just got a DMR and
I
able
think everybody
to.
below him's just like a Make-A-Wish kid in a costume.
Yeah,
Can I say that?
I don't think so. um, well, I don't know. I think he's decent in a comp that's played specifically for him. Like, if you play him with a thermite with smokes, he can be okay.
Yeah,
Um, and you put a suppressor on that bad boy, he might actually be decent. Because they won't know that it's a glass until you kill one,
yeah.
hopefully. But our Lord and Savior, Tachanka, he got an
Mm,
ACOG on his SMG recently. Not very recently, but when everyone else got their
I'd put him
ACOGs,
above Deimos.
I I think he's worse than that.
Do you?
I would have him like below Rook.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I wanted to say that at first, but
I
I
think
feel
he's
like
just too uh he's really just carried by his gun with an ACOG and a shield. I think
yeah,
his ability is as close to useless as an ability gets.
yeah,
I think his ability is down here with these people. Um, I think Pulse's ability is way better than his. I think
I
his
agree.
ability is horrid. F tier ability. Him
Yeah,
having that ACOG on that SMG is really saving him, I think, and him having a shield. Both of those is the only reason he is up here.
that's about all he is. Yeah, I would agree with
Yeah,
that.
he needs either another rework or some serious buffs on his ability. All right, our final operator, Capcan.
right above Ella.
Uh, I think I think he's below Ella, honestly.
I just feel like he's too strong in low elo lobbies. Like
Okay,
the low
I
elo
see that.
lobby
I see that.
menace.
In low elo, he is a menace. He's like Blitz in low elo. He's just a, a kill farmer basically. It's
Yeah,
just free kills in low elo. Um, in anything above Emerald, he is very underwhelming and very carried by his gun and Nitro. That's
yeah,
that's about the only reason why anyone should ever play him, in my opinion, is if you really like that gun and you really like Nitros and you just want some chip damage, hopefully, from the Capcan trap. Soften them up. Well, that's
I,
about
I'm
every operator. Do you want to change anybody before we wrap it up?
I don't think I do. Like I'm not gonna say we're perfect, but I'd say it's about as close as you can get
Yeah, this is good
without.
for me.
I like this
This is, I think, as close as we can get to
without
something we
stirring
can
anything
both
up.
agree on. Yeah. I mean, we would both have some higher and lower choices, obviously, but
But nothing too crazy. I
yeah,
mean, we were
nothing too
both in the
crazy.
same ballpark with just about everything.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much. I mean, that's just about everybody. Tell us what you think in the comments about who should go where and how stupid we are for putting your main in
And remove
remove. I can't wait for all the Cav mains to be very angy.
all the golds.
Yeah, yeah, all the Cat Can
Uh,
players that think he's an S tier.
that was good.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
good,
good. That
man.
was good. All
That
right.
only took us what, 2 hours?
Yeah, something like that.